Hello everyone, my name is Devit and I'm in conversation with Udit, who probably needs no introduction, but as we typically do. So, hi Udit, how are you? Why don't you introduce yourself and let's go from there.
Uh, Hi, Divit. So I'm Udit. I have been a digital artist for some years now, and I'm an illustrator from India, Delhi, India. And so I started creating digital art around 2 years ago, since the COVID lockdown that happened in India, especially. And since that time, I before that I used to do traditional painting from using different mediums like acrylics and watercolors and crayons and everything. But I transitioned to digital art around 2 years ago, and I think it was an amazing decision because I wanted to explore the medium of digital and everything digital. Like I used to play with softwares like Photoshop, Illustrator, and Procreate. But later I got serious, and I ultimately wanted to make it my main and the basic medium that I want to use in the future. So that was the reason. And initially, I tried to create artworks in Photoshop. I also have some few of the artworks on my initial NFT days from my initial NFT days on WazirX, if you can see. So that's how it all started.
Okay, so COVID was the digital thing, and how was your journey before digital like? Like, how did you got into arts and what's that journey like?
I think I can't exactly remember when I started because I most probably I started it doing as a kid, like sketching and creating and crayons, everything. But I got serious about it during my college days. That is around I admitted to a graduate course in 2015 and English literature course, and that's when I got into all these art societies and art clubs in my colleges, and that's when I realized that I think art has a very great impact on people around us, on ourselves, on the society to be particular. So that's when I tried to use art as a medium to express myself. So that is when uh, I got serious about it, and ultimately went on to do like commissions and everything. I started in my college. So that was
Okay.
the thing. And in my college, I also experimented with abstract art, abstract painting. So that was also a very like a rebellious phase for me because I was trying new things and exploring art and what are the possibilities in that. So that's when I tried everything and ultimately shifted to digital after my college in 2018 or 1920.
Okay, okay. So I'm just trying to go through your Instagram, and I'm sorry if it is private, but typically, like Instagram is for artists where they put their earliest work. So this seems to be early you in college.
Yeah, that is me in college. And if you scroll a little like thoda sa above, then you can see my artworks that are very different from what I create today.
Like this
So
one, this you're painting on a wall. Is that the
yeah,
Kachi
so this
Gali event which we talked about?
yeah. This is from that project. Hmm.
Okay, what was that like? If you can share in brief, that looks
Yeah,
interesting.
so Kachigili was a campaign of painting a slum area, which is known as Sanjay Camp in South Delhi near Dholakua. So this was a slum area, and the project was about painting around 100 to 150 slum houses, the houses there. So they were like most of them were kacha houses, but some of them were pakka houses as well. And we also had a plan to paint the school. There was a main school in the whole slum area of around 200 and 250 houses. There was only one school, and this is the wall of the school, and we painted all the houses, and that was how I got into the project. And that was also one of the like life-changing moments for me because seeing and using that talent that I have, using that knowledge about art, about colors, about everything into like pouring myself into this project and then seeing the reactions of people around and the people living in those houses, how they reacted and how they expressed. I think that was pretty life-changing for me. So that was the painting that you showed before, the auto one.
Which one? Should I come down?
Uh,
This one.
There, no, there is a auto in that painting. थोड़ा सा नीचे. Ah, that one.
Okay, so but this is I think on canvas. Kachi Gali was on
This,
wall.
yeah, no, this is the first painting that I sold, like ever in my life. First
Oh,
painting.
so
So
this
it
is
was, I thought,
235 weeks ago. And when is that in year?
yeah.
I'm bad in mathematics if we do weeks.
I was in college, so I guess 2017, mid 2018, I guess.
Okay, okay.
2017, yeah.
So was it
So
to an art
this was
gallery?
at a as a no, at a private exhibition. It was a private exhibition at a cafe, and
Okay,
I sold it for the first time. And there were around 150 paintings, and this guy, out of 150 paintings, chose my work and just asked randomly, like, who created this and who is the artist. So I think that was the moment for me that, yeah, I realized that I have some skills and I have some talent. So yeah, that is the first one.
okay, very interesting.
Mm.
And this looks very good also. But I'm really excited to see more about this thing. So, how many of you were there in Kachi Gali, and what was like the project duration like?
Project duration was like, the main campaign was for 2 days only, like the weekend, because everybody would be free on the weekend. But the whole process of trials and everything, that went on for a month. So we had to like create, like clean the surroundings, clean the locality, because it's a slum area and there was no cleanliness for artists and everyone other to come into the slum area. So we had to create those conditions for other people to come in, especially the girls and the women artists who wanted to come there. So, and
Yeah,
also most of the people who were involved there were artists from around the colleges, like DU colleges, IP university colleges, and because we were part of the art societies and art clubs in our colleges, so we had this extensive network of artists with us. So we used that and got all these artists from across Delhi and even from outside Delhi, like from UP also and from around Delhi. So that was the whole project, and Kailash Satyarthi Foundation was the one that was sponsoring, I guess, the project, and that was the project, and it went on for. I think we extended it for a 1 day more, like Monday also, because there were 150 houses and not all were painted in 2 days. So that's
yeah, I
why we
was
had to
wondering
extend
that
it.
only. Two
Yeah,
days is a very short timeline, even if
but
you are like
there
multi.
were many people. I guess there were around 100, 120 people in total.
Oh,
So
that
yeah.
oh, that many artists. Wow. All right, this looks really interesting. And do you want me to go down or shall we go up? Because I see many of your early works in your Insta timeline going up as well.
Either way, I prefer either way. No worries.
Okay. So these are again your canvas works.
Yeah. Canvas painting, and I also had this new thing about knife painting. Like, I got fed up with the brush, so I picked up a knife one day and just tried to paint with a knife. So that these are all the textures that are coming from knife in those works. So these are my knife painting works.
Very nice. This looks very interesting.
And also I was in like experimenting with abstract, so there is some abstract element to it.
Correct, correct. Yeah, I can see that definitely. But from there, you actually changed your style a lot now. So, like, if I fast forward a bit, like go up, is that yours or you took the photo? I think this is photo.
No, this is a this is a picture of a car. Yeah, not
Okay,
mine. It just looked interesting, so I thought maybe
okay. This is something. This is again Kachi Gali.
this is a different project after that, which was known as Rang Badlav Ke. So it was almost a similar project. There was another slum area around Sanjay Camp only, but this time it was a different locality, different houses, and different school also. So this is a different time, different place, and it is around 2 years ago, I guess.
This is about education. I probably see an astronaut, books.
Yeah, so there is an interesting story about it. So when I started painting this astronaut, so as it was taking shape, the children of the school or the everyone around me, they made a circle and thought, what is he creating? What is like it looks like a man, but it has a helmet on. I don't know what is it. So I asked them, like, who do you think क्या है ये? तो वो कहते there was a child who said, ये जादूगर लग रहा है, मतलब I don't know, magician. They're a magician. I don't know how they got it like that. But then I told him that this is a person who goes out of planet Earth, and then pura unko I explained the solar system and everything. So I could see my art impacting these children and impacting these like all these minds. So that was a very fulfilling moment for me, and that was then I like I because I have been doing like wall painting and graffitis like since long, very very long.
Hmm.
So whenever someone appreciates it, especially when there are children around me who like learn also from those artworks that I create, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and I think purpose was to provoke curiosity and thinking in kids. So
Yeah,
this art
exactly.
probably is
Mhm.
doing that. Very interesting. So moving ahead, you can stop me where you want because
Sure, sure.
so these are
Yeah, so this is the phase when I started doing on Photoshop.
okay.
Like pure abstract, nothing, no meaning attached, nothing, just experimenting with the software.
Okay, okay. So that was
Yeah,
the
because
exposure to digital.
hmm,
So this is 17.3. Okay, yeah, this is March 21.
around the lockdown, COVID.
Okay, this one looks interesting. So this is something you're merging.
You can see all the abstract patterns and everything.
Right.
And this is a picture of a bottle that I clicked from the camera, and I just put it there just to get a subject in the painting.
Okay. Yeah, this looks appealing. And even there was another one. I like this cassette one, I think. This looks
Yeah,
even
this one for the like the retro thing that I like, the vintage everything.
very
My
nice.
father used to have these big boxes of cassettes that he used to listen songs in. So वो आज तक है, like he has a separate box for cassettes from a whole different era and a separate box of CDs from a whole different era, and he now listens songs in his phone. So they are just lying there.
Right, right. Even same as here. My dad has a special emotional attachment to these things, so they're lying down in the garage, but he never opens them. But this looks
Yeah,
very interesting. So these are all Photoshop works, right?
yeah. These are Photoshop.
Okay, so this is your Photoshop era. You can stop me wherever you want.
These are all Photoshop artworks.
Okay, this one looks interesting. So this is again picture and you're merging up with Photoshop.
Yeah. Basically, photo manipulation, you can say, and textures and everything, adding all the effects that I can find in Photoshop. Just like
Hmm.
experimenting with all the stuff I can find, lay my hands on. So all of them are pretty abstract. I cannot say anything about this artwork. Just what I felt like at that time and what I wanted to create, like uh, expressive, bright artwork. So that was the result.
Got it. And I'm glad you put dates like this because doing this week conversion is very tough. So moving ahead, this is abstract as well. And let's move to your recent. So where do you want me to go now? Like, please help me navigate.
uh,
And you can stop me here also if you want.
I'll tell you where. I'll tell you the NFT that I minted for the first time.
Okay. So
You
should we
can
go to
scroll up. Yeah.
scroll up? Okay. All right. Lot of abstract work.
Hmm. Wait. There is this astronaut artwork, right? The first astronaut. Yeah. No, right one.
Okay.
This one. So this was the first NFT that I minted on WazirX.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, I think it was June 19, 2021.
Oh, so you must be the early invitees into the
Yeah. I
universe.
was one of the first batch of artists on WazirX.
Okay. So how did this thing happen? How did you got transitioned from like I understand you got oh here it is. This is 1K also.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So how did it transition to NFTs or to digital?
Yeah, digital, I think I understand, but NFT, I think, is still a big blocker for many artists. They do digital, but they don't come into NFTs. So, what was your
Yeah,
journey there?
so NFTs was like, I have never heard of NFTs till now. Like till June to not 2021, I have never heard about NFTs. I don't know what NFT is, and not even have a slightest idea about what a blockchain is. So my brother Amit, my younger brother, he used to create these artworks in Photoshop, like digital artworks, and he used to read about these things about people and everything, and he told me about NFTs. And so I asked him, like, you create an artwork and then you put it on a website, and someone will collect it and you get the money from it. Like, how does it work? Because I have never seen something like that in the real world. Like, it's probably the elitist of elite people that get to sell their paintings in the web 2 or the traditional art world. So I was very confused, but I thought that if it really works, because then I read about people and how he sold his artworks and how he has been doing creating art since so long, and around 10, 12 years. And now that now he got into NFTs and his artwork was sold for around millions. So
Yeah,
that then I told him that we should try it. So we should, like, वो जैसे इंडिया में कहते हैं ना कि देखा जाएगा. So
right.
we should try it for once. And Rarible for the first platform that I minted my NFT before WazirX. I
Oh,
don't count it because I knew nothing about NFTs that time. It was just a vague experiment that also went in vain, because that is still there right now till today. So it has not been sold till date, because it was very different, very early of my digital artworks, like very early Photoshop artworks.
okay.
So that was when I tried, and also it took around $25 to mint there, and I was like, "यार पैसे भी चले गए," and like कुछ हुआ भी नहीं. So I thought it is a waste, and but then there we heard about this Indian platform that is coming, the WazirX platform. So we thought, okay, Rarible is still like something that we don't know about, but we should like, let's try the Indian platform. I thoda trust, like, we will have more trust in an Indian platform than a like Western or another platform. So then I applied for WazirX, and I think after applying around 5 or 4 days, I got the invitation. They announced on Instagram. So that's how it all came to NFTs, and this was my first NFT.
Okay, okay, very interesting. And how was the selling process like? I was checking history. It was sold very quickly. You listed on 20th June and 22nd it was gone.
Yeah, I was like shocked, because I never imagined that I would sell so quick, because most of the artists around me were struggling for selling the artwork, and it was a very new thing even for me and even for other artists also. So I was not also Twitter before that, so you can imagine, like, the promotion and everything. It was just, I can't, navigate through all the process and all the everything that we do after minting an NFT now.
Right.
So I got into a conversation with the collector of this, Arijit. So he texted me first, and he told me that I like your art and ye wo, and we had a half an hour long conversation about art and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
that's how he collected my artwork. I think it's a positive and also a negative, because uh, when you sell so quick, when you are successful so quick, you get these pseudo expectations that, okay, now everything will be like hunky dory and everything will be like a fairy tale. I'll just
Mm,
swipe and everything will be good. And positive, of course, because I knew that being genuine and being like striking a real conversation with the collector worked for me, not
right.
like shilling and everything, because I didn't know anything about it. So that's how it got sold. And uh, after that, as I said, it was a negative. After that, it became very stressful for me if my NFT would not sell in like 2 days or 3 days. So that was the expectation I was keeping from myself. So that's the story of how it got sold.
Got it. But I think your struggle must not be very huge because when I joined in January with Xerox, I saw you as a celebrity. People are looking forward to your work, and especially like this newer kind of work. And I think I'm also here, so this is your third one. So I missed these 1K ones, but yeah, it is quite different now. So what was that transition like? Like this style, this style. These are still
Yeah,
similar,
so
but then this one, which is with Crypto
hmm,
Saga.
this is the story I've never told anyone till now. So it's like one of a kind exclusive thing that I'm telling right now. The transition was, these are Photoshop artworks. So these are abstract. There is not much meaning to it. Not a story in an artwork that you say, like a storytelling thing. That's, I think, that's missing in these artworks. These are basically portraits or abstract elements, abstract patterns and everything. So when I landed on that style, the artwork which has a lady in the front and behind there is a tiger or a peacock, so which was collected by Kunal, Crypto Saga.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the moment when I decided to change things, and there is a reason behind that. First of all, I have been drawing since my childhood, so it's like a second nature to me. And I also talked to Pixelker, if you know Nitant
Yeah,
Pixelker.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he was one of the first person that I talked to in the NFT space, and we had this conversation on Instagram, and we talked about art and everything, how art journey so far. And he told me that to be a good artist in NFT space, especially if you want to make money out of your art, you have to be genuine, you have to be real, and you have to not do things that you see around you, rather do things that you want to do and you have been doing since like time immemorial. So
Yeah.
that was one thing that really affected me, because I've been drawing since as long as I can remember. I've been painting, I have been using my hands to do stuff, to do painting, to make art. So uh, and in Photoshop it's mostly about like shortcuts and mouse and everything and keys, and there are hundreds of options to choose from. So I think when you get so many choices, they're usually bad for me. It's my personal opinion. If you get so many choices, I get confused and I don't know what to do. So I am good with few choices, but good choices. So that's how I landed up on this style, and this is the first hand drawn artwork that I minted as an NFT, and first hand drawn on an iPad, of course digitally, but it was hand drawn
Procreate.
and colored fully with hands. And
Okay.
this is something that I'm very proud of, because it took around 2 days to figure out the Procreate software and iPad. So that was a challenge for me, which I took on that time. And I'm really glad that I did not give up at that time, because I got frustrated like how the hell this software works, and also with the pencil and everything, all the shortcuts and everything. But yeah, I somehow managed to do, and this came out at the end, and finally I minted it.
Yeah, this is looking very nice also. I mean, especially for the first artwork like this Jhroka and the
Yeah.
tiger, and especially like these, you call it mandalas, right? Mandala style.
Mandala.
Very nice. And I think it's a very good pick from Crypto Saga because this became your style going forward. So this
Yeah,
was when this
the way I
August.
felt while drawing this, I wanted to feel every time I draw, every time I make artwork.
But
So
see,
it
this is quick
continued.
also. 4th August, 5th August.
This was a surprise to me, because this was something new I was trying on NFT. So this
Okay.
was a surprise, and this time he picked it like without even talking to me, without any like interaction. So I think it was genuinely a good piece, good work. So that kind of attracted him towards my work.
Yeah, and as of now, I think Wazirex is screwed up, so the prices are looking down. So it must be very high priced at that time also because
Yeah, at
the
that time WRX was at around, I think, 110 or like 95, 100 rupees one
right.
WRX. So that was pretty high for me at that time.
Yeah, love this piece, man. So let's keep moving ahead. So from I would say this time, this with she the journey changed. You still I think mixed up a little bit of abstract, but this is Procreate again.
Yeah, everything after that is Procreate,
Okay. So again, you have to stop me now. Which piece you
because
want to talk about?
I was also learning the software. So
Okay.
I just wanted to go on no matter how it turns out at the end, because I wanted to learn the software. I wanted to learn everything that I can like learn in that software to make my work look good. So everything is Procreate, and as you scroll down, you can see the style that I have evolved to right now, a little by little every artwork.
Yeah, this looks good. And see, I collected this one. This was my PFP for some time also.
So thanks.
I see this kind of expression in your art also. A person is looking out and there is some waves and things coming out. So what is that expression like?
Uh, I have thought about it. I have thought about it, and uh, I have come to a conclusion that being a person in a middle class Indian household, or maybe in this society in general, in an Indian society, uh, you don't get an opportunity to express yourself as like in the way you want to. Yeah, no matter what your condition is, no matter what your monetary condition is, no matter what your status is, but our society is, I think, very hesitant to give opportunities to people to express themselves in however way they want to, however way they like to. So I think that was also the reason for me that I could not tell anyone that I'm good at drawing. I want to do art. I just somehow accepted everything that what others were telling me, that, oh, you passed your 10th class, you should take science. So I took science. Oh, you have graduated from school in science, you should get engineering. I got into engineering. But that was something that I was getting fed up of, and that is also the reason why my artworks are like sometimes very aggressive. Like there's things coming out of mouth, things coming out of eyes, and
Yeah.
sometimes very serious expression. So that is my my way of saying that, I don't care what you feel like, what you feel about my work or about anything that I do. I'm just doing what I love, and that is my way of expressing myself. And I don't even think about how you're feeling. And so that is, I think that is the reason of me putting those expressions and putting like such bold expressions into my work.
Yeah, this looks intense. Like it is here and I don't have it. I think that must be on 8th. I've seen that kind of expression in many of your artworks. But coming down, I think I see many diverse collectors here. They are mainly uh, like, especially this guy, Imran. I think he bought a lot of your work. Where is Imran? This guy. He collected a lot of your artworks. And then there is a lot of OGs from Wazir X, like LFT Villain, Colors of India. So,
Then there
do you?
is one more collector, I think, a Poop Coin.
Oh, yes. I
His
don't know
name
about
is.
that. Who is Poopcoin?
There is an interesting story about it. So when I was like doing good work on WazirX, so I tried to get on to OpenSea and Ethereum chain. And when I put my work, and he has collected most of my artworks, especially on WazirX. So on OpenSea, he was my first collector, and uh, on OpenSea, he collected one of my artwork, my Genesis, on OpenSea,
Mm-hmm.
and it was around like after 2 days of minting it on OpenSea. That was also a shocker to me because I never expected to get my first sale in 2 days on OpenSea, because OpenSea is so, Ethereum is so huge, it's like an ocean, and
Right.
WazirX like a pond. You can be a king of a pond, but when you go into an ocean, it's like so
Very
much
tough.
and so much factors to count in.
Right.
So he collected on OpenSea, and then we had a talk. He was from China, and we conversed about art, and he got to know more about the process and about all the things I wanted to tell. And then he came to WazirX. Like, I don't know if he was searching more of my work,
Mm-hmm.
or he just randomly got into WazirX, but he came to WazirX and collected I think around 10 to 11 artworks in one day. So that was like the life changing moment for me, especially in NFTs, like the career changing thing.
Okay.
Before that, I was like one sale there and one sale here. That was the process. But after that, I think it kind of set a foundation for me that, okay, my work is getting the recognition that I want. And also, I am accountable for my work. So I have to get serious and do more such work that people connect with and people like. So that was the day that I decided that, yeah, I'll do good work. And only like pehle to I was putting everything on NFTs, like abstract artworks, digital artworks, sometimes photographs. If you scroll down, there's a photograph also of a child, which I just put it there so that I can get the reaction of the people.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I decided to only put works that I'm proud of. So that was the whole story about Poopcoin and all the collectors.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, I wonder where he is right now, but yeah, he definitely collected a lot of your pieces, especially the early ones.
Yeah, he
So,
collected my pieces on like all the platforms that I had on at that time: Foundation, OpenSea, and WazirX. All my early Genesis pieces, most of them.
right. And I see many verified collectors on Basilix who are picking up your work. So that's very nice. So I think let's see what more you have. Do you want to share anything else about any Basilix artwork before we move to ETH and other platforms?
There is this music piece,
This one?
music collab. Yeah,
Okay.
no,
This
no,
is with the,
my artwork. Go back.
okay.
I think it's called Yearning.
Lord Yearning, this one.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, this is with three guys. To Sayed, you, and let's see if I can
Risha.
click without losing the tab. Risha. Oh, Risha is an amazing singer.
Yeah. So this was one of the first collabs that I did, and I think it was very special one because there are so many people involved also, and there is uh first time I had to listen to a piece of music, and then I had to create an artwork from it, like inspiration from the music, and then create an artwork.
Oh, see, I'm happy. I'm part of history. So this was April, and then yeah, Aritaj is here also. Even
Yes.
Rohan, I think, eventually came and he took it away. So Rohan, I fight it, I think, three times and I gave up. Okay. But yeah, amazing piece, man.
Thank you, thank you. So this was, I think, this was the most special one of all,
Hmm.
because Vrisha had created the piece of music in before, and she gave it to me, and it was, if you can play the music, if it will be audible, we can hear the music.
No, it will
No,
not. I have not done the setting in the thing. But
okay, okay, no worries. So that was the music, and they gave me, and that was really challenging for me because usually what I do, I just look at like I get
Udit, you are on mute. Yeah.
now audible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So usually I get inspiration from movies and pictures and graphics and everything. But this was the first time I was getting inspiration from a piece of music. And
Hmm.
that was very challenging and also like interesting because anything I can make will be like it will not be a wrong piece because it will be based on my imagination and based on my whatever I interpreted from that piece of music. So that was very interesting and very like liberating for me. Two kinds of art forms like coming together and bringing out something beautiful. So I think that is, and also from the reaction of people around me and from also the reaction from the collectors and from you and everyone. So I think it was worth it, like putting all the work and putting all the effort.
Yeah. I can't remember the song, but I think it must be lovely and seeing the kind of bidwar going here. So
Yeah,
probably it
it
is
was an
about
amazing piece of
taste.
music.
Yeah. Probably it is about heart, cage stuff, breakup. And I see love here as
Yeah,
well.
a kind of longing for love that you wanted to but you never got. So that was the, like, if I can summarize in one word that I interpret from the music.
And that's, I think, your latest like signature style as well. You mix multiple PIP. It's a picture in picture kind of thing where you have.
Yeah, like I have gone big on storytelling now because initially I was just creating, like, drawing stuff randomly sometimes, But now I have gone big on storytelling because I think it's an important element of any kind of artwork, be it movies, be it music, or any like graphics and design, everything. Storytelling is a major part because as humans, we are attracted to stories of other people's stories which we can relate to. So I think that is a big part that attract or like uh, lures you towards the artwork. So that is something that I think that I love doing in my art now, especially. So that is why I'm learning and incorporating new ways of telling stories that I want to tell.
Yeah, I'm still feeling envious about losing this piece now, but yeah, I mean, amazing detailing and stuff,
Thank
man.
you.
So I think let's keep moving. We have a lot to cover. So where should I go now? We have covered Wazirex to a good extent.
There's so many places to go.
Foundation. Okay, I think let's go on foundation now. But in general, I think what I'm seeing is this is the evolving style. So, what is your journey to eat? Like you told me that there is a piece which got sold early. So, how did you navigate it in eat then? What's that journey like?
So I got onto ETH blockchain after getting into NFTs for like after 3 months, 2 3 months I guess. So after getting onto Wazirex, I waited for 2 3 months just to learn about NFTs and everything, how the process is really like for the artist and how to interact with everyone around. Twitter was something new that I wanted to learn because I had 6 followers when I like started on Twitter uh, in 2021 June. So I was learning till then, and when I got to know like okay, my work is good now. I can confidently say that I created this, and I can definitely defend my work. So that's when I decided to explore other chains and other platforms, and that's when I went on to OpenSea for the first time on Ethereum, and it was a learning curve, I would say, because all the technical jargons, I got very confused among all the technical jargons at that time, like blockchain and gas fees and everything. But it took time, but I definitely got up with all of it. And then OpenSea was the first one, and after that, Foundation,
Hmm.
and then it was like every other platform that I'm on now.
Got it. Got it. So, if we take your journey like in consideration, do you remember like how many NFTs you have minted? What is like the number? Because I think you're pretty much like in demand on Wazirex immediate sales, and same I see on other chains as well. So, what is like a rough counter if you have in mind?
I think it would be close around 100 or even more. Like considering all the blockchains and even Tezos, even Ethereum or Solana or Wazirex or BSC, if we
Mm-hmm.
can count all of them, I think it will be close to 100 or even I think more than 100.
100 sold artworks.
Probably 75% of them sold artworks, but
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, that's a good number, man, and especially like you started just I think more than a year ago, but 75 is a good number that way. Again, you can stop me, navigate me. I'm just going here and there from your link tree. So whichever piece you want to talk more.
This one, the yellow face that is coming on right on the top
This one,
from the collection that is named Udit.
this one, which is animated.
No, no. जो collection है Udit,
Okay,
click
this
on that
one.
and then the first piece in that collection.
Uh,
That
this one,
one, Maya.
Ma,
What is the
uh,
name? Maya's Dream.
Maya's Dream. Okay,
Yeah.
let's refresh. I think it is stuck. Okay. Yeah,
So
please
this
tell me
was
about
my
it.
first piece on OpenSea.
Oh, and yeah, this one, the poop coin.
Yeah, and this was the artwork that I created by taking inspiration from Kalidasa's novel. That was about there was a section in that novel about Maya's dream, that Maya, Buddha's mother, she had
Mm-hmm.
this dream with a white elephant and everything on a full moon night. And when I read that section, like it was written so well that I imagined, I just had a visual about it, or and I thought this can be presented visually. Like I can definitely present it visually. So I came up with this artwork, and this was something. And also one thing that I tried in this was the limited color palette, and I just used around four colors, I guess, 4 to 5 colors, and this was the first one that I did on OpenSea.
Yeah, this is looking amazing. And yeah, she's definitely looking like dreaming. And this is the elephant which is coming up.
Yeah.
Very
And
nice.
those hands are kind of like a part of mudras, like Buddha's state that he sits in. So those are kind of mudras. So that was the like indication to Buddha.
Okay, okay, got it. All right, but yeah, now I see you are spread across many blockchains and you're doing quite a lot of different things. So what lies in future for you? What we can expect to see and what future holds?
So I just want to evolve my artwork, my art style, and make it so unique that people from 2 miles away can recognize it and say that it's Udit's artwork. And it has happened to me sometimes, but not every time. But yeah, I want that because many people have complimented me that your artwork art style is so different and so unique. So I want to continue and even grow that thing, because I know that there are so many people, especially in the art industry and now in the NFT space. So the key element, I think, to create your name in this space is to make your work stand out. And I think I am on that ladder, and I want to make it very unique and very original, so to say, because all the artists that I get inspiration from, like Sabeth, there is one artist, Sabeth, there is
Mm-hmm.
another James Jean, there is one other Mexican artist, Raul Urias, and there are classic artists like Andy Warhol and Van Gogh. So if you can find a similarity in their works, I think their style was so unique and so original that if you see their work like standalone anywhere, you will definitely recognize that it's a piece from them. So I want to get to that level that people recognize my work, no matter how good or how bad it is. I don't get into the interpretation and everything, but yeah, I definitely want to create that niche of my art style and my artwork. And yeah, I want to be creating I want to create artwork every day like I'm doing right now. And one thing that I want to add is that NFTs has did one brilliant thing for me, that I was very out of touch from art before COVID, and I really missed that. Although I was doing other things, but I really missed creating artwork and like just appreciating the process of creating those artworks. But NFTs really did reintroduced an art to me. So that was like my defining moment, that yeah, I want to do this and I want to continue to doing this like forever, as long as it sustains me. So yeah, that is something I want to do.
Yeah, that and I relate as well. I mean, for me, I whenever I see like at times I'm in touch with Tusat also. So at times I'm not aware that you are giving his album covers as well. Like, but when I see him and I'm immediately like, this is Udit only. And I see the transition which is happening. Like I'm opening OpenSea because here I can see all your ETH artworks in one shot. So like the way colors are evolving and the story is coming up. So it's
if you
definitely
can if you can see that I got onto ETH only when I became confident into this kind of style. Like before that, I was only experimenting on WazirX. So WazirX was like my experimenting pad. But then when I
right.
got confident and pretty like yes, I can definitely express myself through this kind of work. Then I went on to other platforms.
No, for sure. And yeah, I'm a big fan, as I always say, and I will say it on record on this video as well. And looking forward to what you are coming up with next. With that being said,
Yeah,
any
thank you.
last words for the audience who are watching this video?
Uh, Last words, I think I just want to end up on a philosophy that I believe in. That if you have seen those graphs that we used to study in our school, so these are the graphs of they sometimes went high and sometimes went low. So I think life is like that only, and whenever you are high, there is no guarantee that it will remain that high. You'll definitely go down, and when you are down, it is no guarantee that you will stay there. It will definitely go up one day. So I think you should never stop believing, and not not even giving a thought about giving up, because anything can happen in the NFT space. Especially, I have realized that on one day I was worried that whether my art will sell or not, and on the next day I was sold out. So that is something magical about this space, and about the fact that you believe in yourself. So that is my final thing that I want to say to everyone who is listening to this.
That's very well said. And I think trust and reputation takes time to build up as well. So the longer you stay, the brighter chances. And I agree to the sinusoidal kind of chart. So one has to survive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a really amazing catching up and looking forward to see what you're minting next. Thanks, Udit.